India's Supreme Court rejected a plea by Novartis to patent protect an updated version of its blockbuster cancer drug Glivec, saying it's not a new medicine but an amended version of a known compound. This despite the fact that the newer form of Glivec has been patented in nearly 40 countries, including the United States, Russia and China. Lawyers representing a group of drug companies from India, including Ranbaxy and Cipla, said the decision means generic drug makers can continue to sell copies of the drug at a lower price in India.
Novartis' appeal has been dismissed. Supreme Court says that whichever standard you adopt to interpret Section 3D, Novartis' product Glivec does not constitute for patent in India. Patents would be granted only for genuine inventions and repetitive patenting will not be allowed.
But much more is at stake. India produces a fifth of all generic drugs and it's the biggest supplier of cheap medicines to the developing world. The decision by India's Supreme Court is seen as a major boost to the country's generics drugs makers who not just supply cheap medicine to people in India but people across the developing world, including Africa, where nearly 85% of the antiretrovirals are sourced from Indian drug makers. At the center of this case is Glivec, an expensive anti-cancer drug that costs about $2,600 a month. The generic equivalent is currently available in India for just $175. Novartis has said the decision discourages future innovation in India and will hinder medical progress for diseases without effective treatment options. The company says their main concern is India's growing non-recognition of intellectual property rights that sustain research and development for innovative medicines. For now, this decision by the country's highest court means that poor patients will continue to get access to cheaper life-saving drugs. But big multinational companies will be worried about investing in India and will seek greater clarity on just how much protection they can get from Indian competitors that make lower-cost generic versions of their products. Shilpa Kannan, BBC News, Delhi.